Okay fellas, today we have on the table Makita HR2611FT with a changeable head, and as you can see here it's rotten, it's not working, so I have plugged it in and the motor spins. So now I need to disassemble it to check what can be wrong with this one. So I will try to remove the head. It's a changeable head and it looks nice here. Of course it's dirty. And what can we see here? We can see that the brushes looks good, the switch itself looks good. Of course we can disconnect it, I think. Or we can remove it with all the brushes. And for this brush removal, we can turn the direction mode and the brush will pop here. Of course, now we can easily lift the spring, spin it, and if we want, we can take the brush out. But in our case, we just want to take the brush holder out, and okay, got it. Not in the very best way. We can see that it's full of dirt here, and sometimes this metal pieces is burned out, as you can see here. We have the black spot. That's not very good for us. It can be the reason if the tool is not working when this one is burned out. And okay, we have not screwed two screws here for the brush holder. Now I hope I can take it out without any dramas, almost without any dramas. And what we want to see here, we want to see how the copper looks here. And basically it looks not bad, not broken. Of course worn out a little bit. Then we are checking the connections for the field here. They must be healthy, not burned out, of course. And the weak point on these models is this one, if I could remember. You can see they are different in color. Okay, now we are leaving this one, and we have the handle. We can see the field, we can see the armature commutator. We can visually inspect it. Okay, this one looks not bad. So now we are going inside of the tool. Now we can take out the handle. We have to move the handle, and we can see the dust protection for the field. Of course, taking it out. Now we have the field here, the wave washer. Okay, we can see how it looks now. Basically it looks good. This one looks good, not melted, heated or something. Okay, so we need to get a filter more inside of this tool course, now we can try to remove the armature, but sometimes it's really difficult, or you need to put 2 screwdrivers on the fan and push it out. You can try to do that now. Just getting the 1 screwdriver on the fan, the second one on the fan, and trying to push it out. Of course, this is not a very good way to remove the armature, because you can damage the armature fan. And yeah, I have removed it. Now you can see for the bearings look good. The armature looks like new, so why it was right that's not working, I don't know until now. So we are going future with this plastic cover. We are taking the position switch, the mode switch, checking if it's not worn out. Looks not bad really. Of course, this is a greasy part, and we are getting to the most ugliest part of the tool, of the hammer tool. It's a hammering casing, and we can see that the grease here is overheated, so definitely need to be replaced. I'm taking the spring out over here. I have the bearing inside here, and most of the time how I'm taking it out, I'm just hammering the housing, because I like hammering. The bearing is not wobbling, so this housing have the spring here, but this housing needs to get a good clean of the grease. Now I need some paper here. Okay, if you fall out, I'll take you. And we need to check this part. This part works with the gear here. Sometimes it's worn out. Now it looks like it has some wear and tear signs, but looks good. And of course, what not looks good, the old grease here. And now we have the spring ring, which need to be removed. This is our spring ring. Sorry, not a spring ring, just a holding ring. I think it's a tiny washer. Now we can take all the cylinder out. I will keep it aside. We have the gear here. We need to wash it to check if it's good or not. We have the clutch gear. Needs to be washed too, because it's a very important part. And the washer fell out. This washer was mounted here on the cylinder. Now we will go for the 2 screws here. Now we have this plate here, just removing it. And by removing this plate, we can remove the anti-vibration technology. As you can see, we have a pin here, just taking it out. Now all anti-vibration technology goes out. Of course, needs to be washed, inspected. We have the washer plates here, and by removing this part, we have access to the bolts that are holding our wash bearing. And now we can take out our wash bearing. And of course we need to inspect the gear here. This one looks good. The swash bearing must not wobble a lot in this position. What we have here, we have our aluminum cylinder and the pin inside. Taking the pin out, we have the plate here, of course taking it out. And at least but not last, we have the striker here. I can feel good compression here, that's a good sign. Even cannot take it out. Okay, so if we have the compression here, that's a good sign that our O-ring is healthy and good. Yeah, it's not flattened, it looks good. This aluminum cylinder must be without a big scratches. You can see some wear and tear mark here, but basically it's not a big problem. The bigger problem is that we don't know why this one was right and it's not working. Because all the parts look good now. Okay, it's time for our tool holder cylinder, and basically it looks good from the inside. The gears looks good. It's really strange that this one was marked as not working. But as we have started, we will go to the disassemble steps. So as you can see, we have the, I don't know, it's like a spring ring that goes around, round and round, and normally it just pops out when I'm doing that. Then goes the fat spring. And this is the old way of the clutch. And I don't know, maybe 7 years ago it was the new. Okay, the small ball. I will show you where it was, and we have the clutch rollers here. I'm taking them out, and you can see that the small balls come from the holes here. It's 4 of them, I think. If I could remember, yeah, it's 4 of them. So all that parts need to be washed and inspected after washing. For the hammering case parts, it's better to inspect them when they are washed, because sometimes you cannot see the damage when it's grease in them, especially if it's a lot of grease. And okay, now we can see that I even can press it with a finger. That's a good thing for us, because for the older models it's very hard to remove that spring in here. Now I will just try to push it with the screwdriver, and it seems that it's going. Okay, after playing with this one for some time, I have the spring ring lifted, and I don't know if you can see it inside. It's one side of it is lifted. So what I'm trying to do is to lift the one side a little bit more, and now I will try to catch it with the pliers, or of course I have the hooks, I can use them. I have the 10 tools hooks like this, and basically I can use one of them. Just lifted the spring ring with a hook, and we'll try to catch it with pliers. Okay. So the spring ring is out, the hook is in the box, Now we need to take out all the parts inside the cylinder. That was the easiest way, and we have the oil seal inside. Just check if it's not cracked. Mine is not cracked. Okay. This part, we have the O-ring inside, and the O-ring must be fine, not cracked. The spring is not cracked, this part is not cracked, so that's a good part. And the hammer, we have a little bit small bump here, but that's not a problem for us, it will work fine. So definitely we need to get all the parts, inspect them again, and then I think we'll need just to assemble this tool. Okay, now we'll go with the assemble of the hammer and parts of the full cylinder. So I will grease the hammer here. Now we'll hold it like that. We have the O-ring inside here. Sorry, not have the O-ring in this part. Just greasing it. Have the O-ring here. Okay. This one seems to be fine now, and I need to put it inside on the cylinder. You can see my striker got out here. The parts are here. I will insert the spring ring. Basically we can push it down with the aluminum cylinder. Okay, you can see the spring ring in a groove inside the cylinder, so that's a good sign for us. Now we can continue to assemble this part, and we have the gear like this. We have the 4 holes here for the small holes. I'm putting the grease because the grease will hold the balls in a place. You can see now it not falls out so easily. Now I can insert this part, putting the balls in the holes. Okay, got it now. Now as we have this part installed, we need to install the main gear, and you can align the grooves here with the holes in the gear. And I will put the rollers into these holes. Now you can see we have the rollers in the holes. So we can mount the fat washer here. Of course, then goes the spring. And Then goes our washer, and we need to press everything down to get the retaining ring here to the groove. Normally I'm just putting the retaining ring on the cylinder. Now it's on the cylinder, and now I need to press it down. I have some big badass plates for bearing and so on removing. Okay, and sometimes this ring not got all the way to the gap, like now. You can see that here it seems to be in a gap, and here you can see that it's a little bit outside. So I'm just going around for a couple of times, and we can use the second washer here. You can try to use it and press all the parts. Okay, now we can check it, and it still not looks good. And in case like this, you can use the vise and press everything. I know, okay, you can try to use the hammer. I see that some people just getting the screwdriver here in the gap. Okay, I don't want to lose it now. Basically, I'm just pressing with the plates a couple of the times, and it's going in. I have the smaller plates here. You can try using them. Okay. And most of the time, if you don't have special tools, this part of the assembly is a pain in the ass. Okay, now the bowling ring looks to be fine because it's go around. So we have the gap here where the both ends are, all the way through. We have no gaps or something. And yeah, basically I hope that it's good now. And I have forgot one part from inside of the tool. I need to take the retaining ring out. Try to catch it with the pliers. Cannot get a grip here. Okay. Now I hope I will get it. Yep, got it. And what I have left not installed is the spring. It goes here. Now everything is good. So I hope you're watching all the video, not only part of it when I did it wrong. And you will be left with that part if you will not insert it. Now we need to press the spring ring again back. It goes easily. For this model it always goes easily. You can turn it around. We have it on the hole, but basically it's not some difference. Okay, we'll not play with it now. What we have here, we have the tool holder assembled with the clutch, and this now it's almost completely assembled, just missing the washer here. So we can put the grease here and the washer, and we'll be safe that we will not forget it. Now we have the aluminum housing, we have the anti-vibration technology, the plates, so we can try to insert them. I think. Okay. I will put the aluminum cylinder, grease it from the inside, then goes the striker. So I have greased everything inside, it gets the grease too. I can feel the compression, that's a good for us. We want to feel compression here. Okay, we need to join this part here, and this one goes completely with the pin. I will grease the pin a little bit. Trying to align the holes. Okay, got to align them. Later the spring will go here. And this one goes in. Now we have the swash bearing. The swash bearing lifts out the hammering mechanism, so must be the pin must go to the hole here. Just greasing it a little bit. And what I need to do now, I need to put a spring inside of the housing. I need to get the cylinder pins into the spring, and I need to get the swash bearing pin to the hole of the cylinder, and we will see if I got it from the first time. Okay, basically yeah, I think I got it. Now I need to align the aluminum housings, and I have 2 screws for this one. Okay, aligning the screw holes. Not tightening it all the way. Now I can tighten because I have both screws in. Okay, both screws are tightened now, and we can consider inserting the AVT system. I think it's the AVT technology. If I'm wrong, you can tell that to me in a comment section. Okay, now we have the hole and the pin here. Of course, we must align them, and we have the plates. Basically, we have the pin here. Okay, very nice. For the pin, we have the plate. The plate will hold the pin to not get out, and of course we need to tighten the plate. Get it to the drill. Okay, seems not bad. Not forgetting to put the O-ring. Okay, you can see it's starting to look like a tool. And now I think I will go with the gears, and I have the new and old gears. Now you can see the difference. You need to see here on this corner. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can see the difference. This one is rounded and this one is 19 degrees. And same here, we can see that this corner is rounded and this one is 19 degrees. Now I hope you can see the difference. So the old one's going to the recycle bin and the new one going to the tool. Okay, I will put some grease. Okay, we have it. You can see that everything is moving. When I'm spinning it around, I can feel the tension of the spring. We have the gear here. Now we have the tool holder. I'm greasing inside of it. Greasing this part. Some grease on the spring, and I can insert it. You can see that everything spins together. inserting the washer on the gear, and we have the retaining ring. So pressing the tool holder a little bit and getting the retaining ring on the AC. Now you can see how it moves around. When the housing is mounted, this part is pushed down, so it's not touching the washer, and everything looks good, works good. When we are changing the modes, this gear going up, and we have the other mode, for example the hammering with the drilling or only hammering. Now we can go inside the housing. This time this one is pretty clean. Of course we have the bearing, just inserting it into housing. We have the hole for him, for the bearing. You see, of course we have the spring. This one, sorry, take the wrong spring. Okay, we have the spring here, and we have this nice part here. I will insert it and then show it. Okay, you can see that it goes to the spring goes to the metal part, and it goes up and down when you are pressing it. So now what we need to do, we need to put grease here, and we need to mount the housing. Put the grease with my finger. The reason why I'm putting all the grease here and a lot of grease is that some part of grease will go on the walls of this housing, and it will be useless basically. Just greasing everything a little bit. Let's see, yeah. Okay, now the hardest part is to join everything and not everything. So, okay, getting the part in and pressing. Okay, this time was really easy. Made it like a professional. Cleaning some grease from the housing, and okay, we have the spring. Here we have the pin. I will grease it inside of it. Why am I greasing inside of it? Because I will insert the spring here, and I don't want that spring to be loose. Then I will insert the pin here, and you can see that now it falls easily. So what I'm doing, yeah, you're right, I'm putting some more grease here. And when I put some grease here, I'm pressing it, you can see the grease goes out, but the pin holds in, so I can install it. Of course the pin must go in a groove here, the gear groove, and you can see that now it's in the groove. Now I can try to close the core. Okay, the core is closed. Press it one side, another side, cleaning it from the grease, cleaning the table. Okay, as we have assembled the hammering case, now we have the motor housing with a switch. And yeah, that one of course needed to be assembled too, so need to get it into the place. And check if it's not got it right. Okay, now got this one right, and we have two small screws here. They need to be inserted. Why I'm always losing the small screws. Okay, one is in. The second one is in. I'll tighten them now. Now I hope I will find a way to put this one back. Okay, I hope that installed it right, and yeah, now it can change the drilling directions here. I have the carbon brushes left hand side. I will just pop in the armature and pop the springs in. It's a very common mistake. Don't forget this wave washer. It must be down in the motor housing, and it supports the bearing of the armature. Okay, inserting the field, getting the field dust protection. Okay, now we have left the 4 screws, long screws, and 3 short screws, and okay, you can see we have our armature here. We have greased the gear inside, so don't need to grease the armature gear. Just inserting the armature into the housing. Now we can check if everything spins. Okay, it spins, so probably we have assembled it good. Inserting everything, tightening the screws. Okay, now we need to put the carbon brush springs back. This one is back. Okay, now our brushes are pressing the armature, and basically the tool will work now. Checking the wires, trying to push them down, because maybe we have pushed them a little bit out. Now that seems to be like that, and now we can make a small first run of this tool. slowly, not holding the metal parts here. Yeah, you know that it works now. It's on drilling mode. Now drilling with a hammering mode. So we now know that it's working good. Okay, so okay, now we have it working, so we can close the handle, double checking the wires, disconnecting the tool from the socket, from the power source, then closing the handle. Now you can mount the changeable head for this one, and we have the working tool. We know that it works. Of course, we can change the modes, the directions, and one thing is left now is to remove the not working marker sign here. So try to do that now. Okay, it's still a little bit of it left, so I will try some other cleaner, but not waste the video time on this one. So now just double checking it. Now the hammering, it's changing directions, that's good, and all the drilling. Okay, so that's really good. We need to, okay, I can see the small problem here, and you can see it's now spinning around, so I think I have inserted the mode switch wrongly. We will check it now. Okay, now we can check, and okay, this one now it's locked. Okay, let's see. Now this one must be locked, and it must be on a hammering mode like that. Okay, now if it's locked, this one, no. This one must be somehow like that. Okay. Yeah, no, this one, okay. I'll try to insert the cover. Okay, now I can spin it. It's on a drilling and a hammering mode. Now it's on drilling mode. Okay, it's spin again. Cannot spin it. Now I can spin it. Okay, I have opened it again because this was not fixating the cylinder when it's on chisel mode, and what I have found that the spring was not in place, so maybe I have lost it when inserting it. That means I will double try to make the same. Insert the spring. and then I will insert the gear with the housing. And it's in. Okay, it pops out. Why it pops out? Okay, now it not pops out. We'll try to join everything back again. Okay, now I can feel the plate out there and it's moving backward and forward, so I will close the housing again. Okay, now yeah, I can feel it. Now I can put the button here, and the button is somewhere here. But yeah, the AC is not moving around, so now I believe it will be good. Yeah, now I cannot move it on the chisel mode. You can check on the drilling mode. Yeah, I can move it. On the drilling, of course I can move it. The drilling with the chisel, and the chisel cannot move it, so just turning it on again. Yeah, now it's not moving. Not moving. Okay, so that's good. Finally we have prepared it, and it's a sign for you that always need to watch all the video, not skip it, because it's good for monthly stats when you look at all. And of course, if you like this video, just press thumb up. If you are not subscribed, subscribe, and waiting you in the comment sections with your, I don't know, minds, thoughts and questions. And for now, just saying goodbye.